There have been signs that South Korea, which has the lowest birth rate in the world, may be changing for the better. But the latest findings on how unmarried people are now viewing marriage and childbirth are shedding light on things to come. According to a survey conducted by the Presidential Committee on Aging Society and Population Policy, 62.6% of unmarried men and women viewed marriage positively, up 6.7 percentage points from 55.9% in March 2024. The numbers are a far cry from similar data released in past years where both men and women had dim views on both marriage and childbirth, which contributed to the country's total fertility rate plummeting to 0.6 levels per woman in the 2023 to 24 period, which is much lower than the OECD average of around 1.5. The poll also showed that respondents who said children are necessary jumped from 50% in March 2024 to 61.2% last month. The ideal number of children for respondents remained the same at 1.8, which is slightly lower than the 2.1 population replacement level. However, even this indicates that once a couple gets married, they are likely to have one or two children. Reflecting such developments, expectations are growing that the annual number of newborns, which fell below 250,000 in 2022, may recover this year. Total births topped at 21,000 in July, up nearly 6% from a year earlier, while marriages also exceeded 20,000, the highest in 9 years. Going into details, the statistical agency said the numbers for last month represented a gain of 1,200 from a year ago. The nearly 6% gains is also the highest number since 2021. This kind of growth can also be seen in broader data, with the number of newborns from January through July rising to 147,800, a gain of more than 7% from a year earlier. This is the sharpest spike since Seoul started keeping records. Meanwhile, the number of marriages in July reached 23,394, up 8.4% from a year ago. It was the highest July figure since 2016, when corresponding numbers topped 21,100. Marriages have been rising for 16 months straight since April of last year. Government sources said people are calling for policies to focus on equal support without distinction, followed by married but childless families and unmarried young adults. Official insiders cautiously added that the recent changes in perception may be a sign that the country's low birth trend may be reversing, and stressed that Seoul needs to push more people to form families and that policymakers need to come up with new policies that can fuel such trends going forward.